Hello everyone and welcome to the start of a new series. I'm doing a online Madden franchise here with a couple of my friends, Matt and Avi. This is the third season of this franchise. I did not record the first two seasons, but the first two seasons we were using the 2022 or 2021-2022 roster. And Avi, who is on the Giants, won both Super Bowls. The second season, we got very close. Came down to the last play in the conference championship, and Avi's defense stepped up when I was down 8 points. But besides that, he is a two-time Super Bowl champion, and as we're talking about him, he is going to get the first pick in this fantasy draft. So what we're doing here in Season 3, we are using a 2023 roster. Patrick Mahomes, though, does go as the number one pick. Josh Allen, the second pick on the Saints. So a couple of rules here for the franchise. For quarterbacks, if you get more than 564 yards, you are suspended. For running backs, it's more than 275. And for receivers, it is either more than 275 yards, or if they get 50% or more of the total passes, or total completed passes. But we're just waiting here for Avi's pick. And he's going to go for Aaron Rodgers with his pick. So one thing is, we, all three of us, were in the same division through Season 1 and Season 2. I was on the Eagles, Matt was on the Cowboys, and then Avi was on the Giants. Well, for Season 3, with the reset of the franchise, we decided we were going to change our teams here. So Matt and I both went with our favorite teams, so we'll still be in the same division. Avi kept his team. He's still on the Giants. But you see there, Avi does go Aaron Rodgers. We're waiting for Matt's pick here with the Ravens. One thing's for sure, it's going to be an interesting franchise. So Matt with the Ravens actually would pick up Justin Herbert. We're up now with the 11th pick in the draft, and I see Tom Brady, Matt Stafford, Joe Burrow. Those are the three people I'm already looking at here. And kind of a spoiler here, we do go Joe Burrow, but you'll have to see what we do later on in the season. I'll just spoil it now. We don't keep Burrow for long. We trade him away for Matthew Stafford. You'll have to see why later on in the season. But Joe Burrow, our number one pick, apparently we reached. But we actually end up getting basically back-to-back picks here, as we have we have the first pick in the next round. So another rule here for the draft, we were only allowed to take 5 offensive players and 5 defensive players. And I'll just kind of say it now. Matt got one of his players suspended because he took too many offensive guys in the draft. So Jarvis Landry will not be playing throughout the start of the season. But we pick up Cameron Hayward here with our second pick. Just kind of working on the defense here as we're going to head into the third round now. Actually, we're not heading into the third round. We're still in round 2. And there's something big I wanted to say. Matt uses his second round pick to take tight end Travis Kelce. Avi and I both kind of laid into him for this pick. Yeah, he took a tight end in round 2. But whatever the case is, Avi chooses Stephon Gilmore, and he gets another pick here. Honestly, I was a little bit shocked about him picking up Stephon Gilmore. Obviously, he's a little older, but now looking back at it, he had Gilmore in in seasons 1 and 2, and he actually did play pretty well. Right now, though, we're going to be looking for a running back. And honestly, we're looking at a couple of positions. Michael Thomas, Amari Cooper still on the board. But there is one guy I'm actually really looking for at the running back spot. I'm a little biased about this, but in all reality, Matt had him in the last season. So we know he actually plays really well. In real life, he's a pretty good running back. And with the 3rd round pick, we are going to take... Oh, wait. Here we go. In round 3, we are going to pick up running back Najee Harris to come back to the Steelers. I said it earlier. Matt had him in season 2, and season 1. Was actually the 2nd best running back in the league. Broke the rushing, or was up there in the rushing touchdown record. All 3 of us were actually. Avi had Jonathan Taylor, I had Saquon Barkley, and then Matt had Najee Harris. All 3 of us were in
and the
the
Steelers
top
on the
12.
clock now. Let's see what direction they go.
All of us were in the top 12 on the rushing touchdowns leaderboard. Jonathan Taylor was on there twice, 29 touchdowns in season 1, and then he had 42 rushing touchdowns in season 2. Najee had 28, and I had 27 with Saquon. But here in round number 4, we're looking at wide receivers here. Looking at maybe guys we could take. I had A.J. Brown and Adam Thielen both on my team last season. Both of them are very good, but I'm going to spoil it now. A.J. Brown and Adam Thielen both go to Avi, which is kind of my worst nightmare. I know both of those guys can play really well, but here we are, and I accidentally clicked out of the menu. I've only got 30 seconds to make a pick. But we're going to go free safety, Justin Simmons here,
All right,
92 overall.
Are now on the clock.
And that's going to be our 4th pick now, as the Ravens get pick here. We're going to see who Matt goes for. In season 1, when we did the fantasy draft for that, Matt made some very bad picks. He actually picked up Matthew Stafford and then traded him away for Brandon Ayuk. He would get Marcus Mariota, and that was kind of the downfall of Matt's team. And then in the divisional round last season in the playoffs, Matt and I actually met each other in a Blizzard game.
The Giants are on the clock now.
And I would end up beating him 28-84. So it was a bit of a blowout. I actually could have scored more points. And then, as I said before, we ended up losing to Avi in the conference championship, which kind of hurt because, as I said, it was an 8-point game. It was actually very close at the start. He blew me out in the first half. I think I was down 14
now
points.
On the clock, the Giants.
And then into the 3rd quarter, I had Mac Jones come back because he was suspended for the first half of the game. I was playing with Tyrod Taylor. But when Mac came back, he actually threw for over 500 yards in just 2 quarters. And that kind of just showed we had a shot at that. But again, 8 points. That's what it was. Avi, back-to-back Super Bowl champion. But now the hope is that we do actually get to meet each other in the Super Bowl. I really actually do enjoy playing Avi a lot. He's definitely a very, very good competitor. You'll see later when I upload it. We played a game as the Buccaneers and Bills, and that came down to the last 30 seconds in the game. So definitely tune in to watch that one. Right now, though,
the Ravens
we're
are
kind of
up
looking
now.
at
Let's see what direction they
linebackers. Obviously, I need a user. We also see Micah Hyde
now
is up
we
there.
turn to the
Harrison
Steelers.
Smith is
They're
there.
on the clock.
We get our pick here. We're just kind of looking around what we need. We're currently at 2 picks on each side of the ball, I believe. Or no. Yeah, we're at 2 picks on each side of the ball. And with the 5th round pick, or with our 5th pick, we are going to take wide receiver Tyler Lockett. He's actually a decently quick guy. That's always a nice thing about
The Steelers are now on the clock.
receiver, or nice thing to have in receivers. And then with the 6th round pick, we're going to take Harrison Smith at strong safety, or we're between Harrison Smith and Adrian Amos, but we are going to go Harrison Smith here. 90 overall strong safety. He is a scheme fit. He's also a superstar.
Okay, the Ravens
so
are
it's
on
going
the
to
clock
be very
now.
interesting to see what we can do there. Here we are, though, in the 7th round. Baltimore making their pick. You can see, though, I've been alternating between positions. But one important spot I haven't actually picked yet is lineman. So we're going to go left guard Joel Bitonio with the 7th pick in the draft. And obviously we get another pick here. Ugh. And with it, we're going to go back to an offensive guy. We're looking at maybe picking up Adam Thielen, but as I said before, we're not going to. We were also thinking of maybe OBJ. I picked him up in a test franchise, but instead, we're going to go James Bradbury here, cornerback, 86 overall, so not a bad guy. And I'm going to tell you guys this now. He actually steps up big for our team here in the early weeks. So as I'm recording this, Avi and I have already played through week 3. Matt has to finish up his game. But yeah, just going to say a lot of these games are entertaining throughout the most part. But yeah, we're just kind of looking through who's left on the board. We see Jarvis Landry. That I would not be mad about picking him up. Julio Jones is still there. Kirk Cousins, I'm going to say this now. We actually did end up picking him up after our draft was over. So we don't use Kirk Cousins. I will say we trade him away pretty early on. We're looking here, maybe picking up another cornerback in Jonathan Jones. Giants are on the board now. Currently, though, 4 defensive picks, 4 defensive picks, and 4 offensive picks. We're just kind of looking around for people who may still be on the board here when we get our round 9 pick. Here we are in round 9. We get our pick, and we're looking at young Isaiah Simmons, 78 overall middle linebacker. He's probably going to end up being my user here. But we get another pick here. J.K. Dobbins goes off the board right ahead of us. Not mad about that one. So our final pick will be an offensive guy. We're going to look at probably picking up another receiver here. Odell Beckham, Robert Woods are still on the board. But we're going to go for Tyler Boyd, the man out of Pitt. He's 26 years old. He's an 83 overall. And we got him at a really good pick. But that's going to be it for our draft. But the last thing we want to look at is, I want to see who the Ravens actually should have had suspended. Because we did suspend Jarvis Landry. But I don't know if he is the last guy they picked up or not. I actually can't see that because I was looking. But we're going to just take a look through the roster. Najee Harris, Tyler Boyd, Isaiah
All right,
Simmons,
now on the clock, the Giants.
all of these guys. But we look here, and I was saying maybe do Calvin Ridley just because he is the lowest overall pick, so it was most likely there. But Jarvis Landry, like I said, was not suspended through week 1 or 2, but he will be suspended for week 3 and
Okay,
week
the
4.
Giants up now. They're on the clock.
That's going to end the fantasy draft. Let's head into a couple of trades here in preseason. Here we are. We were both, all 3 of us were allowed to pick up a punter and kicker in free agency. We're looking through here. We're going to pick up Young Hoku
This is the player
as our
card.
kicker
Here
here.
you can see your...
Just trying to get a pretty decent kicker out of this one. We're also going to pick up Patrick Ricard here. Avi picked up Kyle Juszczyk. So he definitely got the best fullback in the league. But Patrick Ricard, definitely the second best. So that's nice to have. And then we're also going to look here at a couple of cornerbacks. Janoris Jenkins and Patrick Peterson, both in free agency, and we're going to pick up both of them here before we start trading. We also pick up Jimmy Smith here. He's an 80 overall. We try to pick him up, but Avi already signed him, so he beats us out to that one, which kind of sucks. But instead, we go Patrick Peterson here. We're just trying to go for gold here as soon as possible, but I believe that's it for my free agency, as we're going to start heading into the trade center. Here we are in the trades, though, and Matt trades away Demario Davis and Micah Hyde to the Bears. I don't even remember who we picked up, though. But we are going to try and get Micah Hyde here. We're going to trade away Kirk Cousins here. 1-for-1 trade, and it goes through. We pick up Micah Hyde, who is now a Steeler. And we do give away Kirk Cousins, who would have been our backup anyways. So the Bears now have Patrick Mahomes and Kirk Cousins, which is kind of a weird thing. But we're also just kind of looking through for any more trades. You see, we're just checking around the team here for the Bears. Not really anything I want there. We're looking here at the Bengals team. And we do play them week 3 here in the franchise. That was stupid. Why did I try to get Kyler Murray? What was I doing? I have no idea. Oh, I know what I was doing. I was trying to get Kyler to have someone I can trade away, but whatever. Which would have been nice considering they didn't even use Kyler. But we're looking here at the Bills. Yeah, there's no way this is gonna work, but we were just trying out a couple of different things. I will tell you though, one guy we're looking at, Tremaine Edmonds. I forget what team he's on, but we will trade for him. I don't remember how much I give up for him, but I do know Edmonds is an insanely good linebacker. I used him. I had him through seasons 1 and 2. He ended up getting an X Factor at the end of season 2, which was really nice. We're looking here at right outside linebacker Josh Allen. Just trying to let's see what we can get though. I wanted Allen. And at this same point, Avi actually picked up Josh Allen, like the Josh Allen. So we were trying to get Josh Allen and maybe a pick here. Or a lower guy, but it wasn't really. We're going to try and get Dean Lowry as well. We do need a left end. And the trade does not go through. So we just we try to go maybe Josh Allen, but it's not worth it at this point. Here we are, though. This is the trade I really wanted. A.J. Dillon for Tremaine Edmonds goes straight up. And this is big for us. Tremaine Edmonds is actually a great player for me. And we are, I believe, also going to trade with the Buccaneers for some picks. But other than that, that is it for this first episode here. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time for week 1 of this season. Goodbye.